Hi, today I am going to talk about family diversity. An issue that we have is how to honor diverse family structures in our classroom. Non-traditional family structures can be all there's many different kinds. We have single parent families, we have gay and lesbian families, we have foster families, grandparent-led families, sibling-led families. There's so many different kinds of diverse family structures. Of course, the traditional family structure is the intact mother, father, children. But our classrooms are really a melting pot of all different kinds of family structures. And you know, sometimes the children, this is their first experience with any kind of diversity. So when they're coming in our classroom, children as young as 2 years old are starting to notice the differences in family structure, how people look, and they're going to point them out if they're different and ask questions. So we need to know how to celebrate and show respect for our diverse families in our classroom. So how does living in a non-traditional family affect child development? So the family structure has less to do with the child's development than their family atmosphere. So family atmosphere is how they interact with each other, the kind of things that are going on in the house. So you can have a child from a traditional household or family structure that is struggling because they have a parent with addiction. Their parents argue a lot and they are exposed to that. So they might have some developmental issues even though they come from a traditional family structure. And then you might have a child from a non-traditional family structure that the parents are meeting all of the child's needs and you know, everything is harmonious in the household, and so they don't necessarily have any issues as far as development goes that are caused by their family structure. What can affect the child's development that has to do with family structure is their socioeconomic status. So we know that single parent families are at higher risk. The children from single parent families are at higher risk for having developmental issues, but it's because of their level of income. So they might have more issues that are health related due to lack of health care, and they might have malnourishment due to lack of income for food and education about dietary requirements. They might have high risk for abuse and physical and mental abuse, you know, due to parent stress levels due to income. So those are some things that might affect child development. So what can we do as early childhood professionals? We can teach our students how to respect diverse family structures in our classroom and see the beauty in being different, and show them how you know, family structures that aren't traditional mother, father, child are still just as wonderful as a traditional family. Children from non-traditional families can feel excluded if they don't see families like theirs in their books and stories and songs and dramatic play and those kind of things. So we want to have representation of all those different family types in the different areas of our classroom. We can honor diverse family structures and help eliminate prejudice in our classroom, because sometimes children fear what they don't understand. So how can we help with this? We can understand that what we say and do in front of our children, our students, has a huge impact on the way that they feel about themselves and their family. We can, again, answer questions honestly. We want to make sure that when they ask us questions, we answer them honestly, and but we don't have to elaborate and go into a whole lot of detail. These are young children, so we don't have to give them a lot of details. They just need concrete answers. We can introduce our children to non-traditional family structure types by reading them stories and celebrate differences. There's so many books out there that celebrate different family structures, so it's very easy to include those in our classroom libraries. And those kind of books are great conversation starters. So if you're reading a child a book, ask them open-ended questions, and start those kind of conversations, and talk about how families are different, and but you can talk about how families are similar as well. We can also show our students how important their families are to them and to us by showcasing and respecting those family structures. We can create family books for the children to share in the classroom. We can create family pictures on our bulletin board. We can hang different diverse family portraits on our walls in our classroom. And again, those kind of things create conversations. They're really good conversation starters. So I'm going to go over a couple of activities that I came up with for our classroom, our 3 to 5 year old classroom. So the first one is, who lives in your house? This is a great charting activity, so it kind of covers a variety of the developmental domains, but the children identify their different family members on the key, and they glue those colors onto their name strip. And then we can talk about how each family is different and how they're the same, and they can count how many family members they have, and again, talk about the differences. You can see who has the least amount of family members and who has the most. So again, great conversation starters for the classroom. Another one is the stick house craft. The children can glue the popsicle sticks together and decorate them, and then they can draw and color their family members, and we glue those into the house and hang them up in the classroom. And then we can talk about, again, how they're different and how they're the same, and it's just celebrating each family and showing them how important they are. And this is a really cool keepsake for the kids to take home to their families. And the last one I have is introducing my family. We can provide the families with the cutout houses from poster board, and the families can work together to paste photos and individual photos, as well as photos of them doing things that they enjoy doing together. And they can decorate it. They can put some cool embellishments on there if they would like. And this is a good way to get the family involved. They can talk about all of the fun things that they do together, and they can hang those pictures on the poster board. And then when they're finished, they can bring those back to the classroom. We can hang them up around the classroom and let all of the children look at all of the different types of families that all of their friends have. And then we can showcase one family every day, and that child can talk about their family and all of the fun things that they like to do together, and it makes them feel really special and makes them their family feel important, which I think is important for this age. So I am going to do the stick house craft with a group today, a small group of students. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks.